Today we are going over my third update for my makeup project pan. I did not think I was going to have much progress or anything really exciting to share with you during this update, but luckily I was wrong, and I do have some things to share with you, and I did end up using up an item, which means we're also going to bring in a new item. I'm going to go in the order I think that I went in last time, and we're also going to go through how everything weighs now compared to last month, which will be really exciting because we didn't have that in the previous month updates. Also be comparing my usage amounts to previous usage amounts from the month of January and February as well. So we're going to have a lot of comparison now that we are in our third month. Let's start with the Never Ending Concealer by IT Cosmetics, their Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. I ended up using it 23 times this past month, so that is pretty darn good. Not the best though, because in January I used it 31 times. In February I used it 15, so I did better than last month. So that's good. So still decent progress on this. I use it very often. I even use it when I don't do the rest of my face. Last month weighed 8.31 grams, and now it weighs 8.17 grams. So I used up almost 0.15 grams this past month, which I don't know if that's good or not. I feel like that's decent. As we go through, you'll kind of notice a little bit of a theme of the usage, like grams going down, which I thought was really interesting. So that's how I'm doing on this one so far. There is no visible progress here. It still has a lot of air in there, so I can't really squeeze it and show you guys. But next is the setting spray that I have in my project, and this one is also from IT Cosmetics, and it is the Your Skin But Better Setting Spray Plus Plus. This one I used 12 times this past month, which again is kind of middle of the road because last month I only used it 9 times, but in January I used it 14. So better than last month, but not as good as January. As far as weight goes, like this actually feels quite a bit lighter than it did last month. Like just feeling it. You can't really see through this even though it's a white packaging, so that's unfortunate. But last month this one weighed 61.79 grams, and now it weighs 51.74 grams. So I essentially used 10 grams, right? I think I did the math right, of this product in 1 month with 12 uses. So it's almost a gram per use. That's interesting. I do kind of make sure that I spray enough. Is that overusing? I don't think so. So yeah, that's how I'm doing on this one so far. And I feel like I'm making really good progress on this, especially since I can literally feel it weighing less. And I can see it now on the scale that I have. Next is the single eyeshadow that I have. This is from Revlon, and this is their single eyeshadow in Vintage Lace. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see visually a difference. I feel like I do a little bit. I'll show you like a before and after, like last month and then to this month, kind of what it looks like. And hopefully you can see a little bit of a difference in those two comparisons as far as looking at it. I have been using it quite a bit, I feel like. This one I used 12 times. Last month I used it 11 times. And in January I used it 20 times. So again, middle of the road. I did teensy weensy bit better this month versus last month, but still not as good as January. Now, as far as the weight goes on this one, last month this weighed 19.14 grams, and this month it weighs 18.97 grams. I can't do the math here, like maybe like 0.2 grams or something like that I used up this past month. I mean, it's eyeshadow, so I don't think it weighs that much. Probably won't see too much of a weight difference with these powders, I feel like. Next is the KKW lip liner, and this one is in 0.5. Again, another usage of 12. So this is like the third product in a row that I used 12 times this past month. So that's about how many times I did my full face of makeup this month, is probably about 12. Last month I used it 10 times, and in January I used it 17 times. Again, middle of the road. That's how it kind of seems like this whole update is going for all of these products so far. I'm also going to show you kind of how it's been different as far as how much height, I guess, of product there is. I have been marking that on a sheet of paper. It has gone down a little bit, so there is a tiny bit of a difference to share with you that way. So I'll go ahead and insert that picture so you can see that. And then moving on to the weight difference. Last month this weighed 6.38 grams, and this month it weighs 6.26 grams, which means I went down like 0.1 gram. Yeah, not a whole lot. I think this is going to be kind of slow going. That's my prediction for this one. Next is my other lip product that is in this project, and that is by Victoria's Secret Beauty Rush Lip Gloss in I Want Candy. And this was the one last month where I had thought that I had no visible progress, and then once I started filming it, I realized that it had settled and I could show you guys visible progress. But today I'm here to tell you that did not happen. There is no change visibly of the progress here, so I did not make any new marks on this item. So I'm not going to really zoom in and show you this because there would be no point, but I will go over all of the numbers with you. This one I actually did better this month overall versus the past 2 months, which is a surprise. Not by a whole lot though. I used it 8 times this past month, and I feel like I definitely could have used it more, and I just was lazy and didn't. But last month I only used it 4 times, so I doubled the usage amount this month. So that is exciting, and I am very proud of myself for that. In the month of January though, I used it 7 times, so I just made like 1 more usage progress on top of what I did in January. But that is still good. That's still good progress. And hopefully I can be a little less lazy about applying this lip product. Last update, this one weighed 13.68 grams, and now it weighs 13.47 grams. So what is that? Like 0.2 grams again that I got usage out of this one. So not a whole lot, but that kind of seems to be the theme, like 0.1, 0.2 grams for the most part with these slower going products. My other eyeshadow that I am working on is actually in this quad, but 2 of the eyeshadows are used up and I'm only focusing on 1, which is the brown shade. And this one I actually didn't have in January, so I rolled this in last update. Last month I had used this 12 times, and then this month I used it 10. So unfortunately I did use it 2 less times than last time, but I kind of feel like I can see visual progress in this. Maybe you won't be able to tell from the before and after pictures, like the picture progress that I took last update versus this update. But actually I can. So on the right side, this has actually thinned out quite a bit because I have been focusing on that side just so I could see a difference, because I feel like when I was just using it all over, there was no way I was going to see a visible difference, and it was going to be a little less exciting for myself to use it and pick it up if I wasn't seeing that progress. I feel like when I see the progress, I want to reach for it more because I'm like excited about it. So that's kind of my thought process with this one. As far as the weight goes, last update it weighed 39.5 grams, and this go around it weighed 39 grams. So I used 0.05 grams of this eyeshadow this past month. Again, like I said with the other eyeshadow, I feel like the weight that I'm going to be using each month is going to be very minimal. Last product on my list, and actually happens to be the product that I used up completely this month, is the eyeliner. And I actually rolled this in last month, so I don't have any progress to compare this one to except for the weight. So this is the Ulta Automatic Eyeliner, long-lasting, waterproof, and black brown. And how I ended up using it is like an automatic, you know, roll up one, but I actually used like a sharpener from another eyeliner to sharpen it each time I used it, because I don't like how it's kind of chunky and really thick line when I don't sharpen it because it's not sharp. It's a very like blunt point. There's no point to this, which I don't really like. That's how I feel like I went through it a little bit quicker, because I did sharpen it every time to make sure that I was getting a point to use. I sharpened it one time every time I picked it up. I didn't sharpen it for each eye, but that's still, you know, it is shaving off some of the product, which I guess you could say is a little bit wasteful, but for me, it would have been more wasteful not to do that, because then I wouldn't have wanted to use the product at all. So I did find a way that I would want to use it, which was by sharpening it. So I used this 11 times to completely finish it from where it was at. And I did take a picture of where it was at and how much I had last time. So I'll insert that so you can kind of see how much I actually used up visually from then till now. Now the grams was kind of interesting, because last update, when I had the amount that I had, when I rolled it into the project, it weighed 4.16 grams, and now that it is empty, it weighs 4 grams. So basically the packaging is 4 grams. There is like the tiniest bit left that I can't get out like without scratching my eyelid. So I'm sure there's like a tiny bit of product like in there that you can't really use. But if you ever were thinking about panning this one, and or you have this product and we're curious how much more you have to go, the packaging itself weighs 4 grams. And this does say that there is 0.3 grams of product in here when it is completely full. And it's 4 grams of packaging. So 4.35 is what this should total when it's brand new. According to my math, that could be a little off, but that's what I calculated. So because I finished up the eyeliner, I am going to be rolling in another makeup product to use. And I am actually really excited about this, because I wanted to roll this in like halfway through the month, and I was like, I want to add this to my project pan, but I have to use something up in order to roll in another product. So I was like, the next time I use something up, I'm gonna roll this in. And I actually didn't think that I was gonna have that happen this month. I thought it was gonna like happen down the line, but I'm kind of excited that it did. I have been working on this for a while, and I just wanted it to be in this project because I am excited about using it, and I wanted to share the progress with you, and I wanted to see the numbers, I wanted to see the visual progress, I wanted to document that, and I also wanted to share that documentation with you. So here's the product. It is another Ulta blush. Now, if you have seen my makeup empties, like yearly empties, I used up, I think maybe like one full size and one mini blush or something like that. And the full size blush that I used was an Ulta pan that I had taken out of a set or something blush, and it was a powder blush. Well, this one is a cream blush, and I've been loving it. I'm actually wearing it today, and I love it. I love it so much. I'll give you a close-up of what it looks like and kind of show you how much I've used up so far so that we can compare it to my usage next time. Also weighed this and have a starting weight so that we can again compare it going forward. And as of right now, this blush weighs 3.34 grams. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how much weight usage I use every month and how it visually changes every month. So I'm very excited about this one. I don't know if you are or not, but I sure am, and I feel like that makes this project very fun for me, and also for me to portray to you guys as well. So if you really enjoy project pans like I do, then go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you aren't already. I do other kind of videos as well. So I hope you all have a wonderful and beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Take care, everyone. Bye.